All right. So I'm going to start taking a look at some of this stuff here, see what I have going on. We'll have to see what's going to, how everything actually is going to play out. And then we'll go from there. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And there we go. So I'm going to start up at the top, odd USD. I am currently hedged still. As you can see, I have a couple positions going on here. I'm just waiting for these things to actually start moving. It's just been going sideways for quite some time now. NZD USD, same thing. Although it looks like we have had some movement over the last 12 hours. So hopefully this can continue up and I can start managing these ones. USD CAD has been the one that I messed up with. I was practicing, getting into it and everything like that. Ended up taking some outside hedges that I shouldn't have taken. Lesson learned. But now I'm working to try to get out of these trades now. And so that, because these are the ones that are actually killing me as far as, and it's not the drawdown that's killing me, and it's not the potential for profit. What's actually killing me is the swaps. The swaps are going to be eating into that potential for profit. So that's the thing that's really got me. And that was my fault, because some of these, like this 0.41, I've had for all of this time. So 36 days, been running 36 days of swapping back and forth. And so I've got to look at that. GJ has been pretty nice. Here is the current process that I'm going with GJ. I am doing on the 5-minute time frame, using the 4-hour as like my gauge for whether or not I feel like price is going to go in a particular direction or not. I've had some really good, just immediate take profits. I think I closed this one early. Actually, no, I'm still in that one. That's this one right here. I've had some immediate closes. So I was able to immediately close that one, close this one. And I've used that to help take out some of the positions here, so that I could help get out of this one faster. So originally, I think this one was like in a 85, or this actually might have been a full. This might have been a full. What am I trying to say? This might have been a full lot before I started, and now I've dropped it down 23. Lots, no, 0.23. Yeah, there we go, 0.23 lots. Good gracious, this is why you have a journal and everything like that just keeps track of everything that you're doing. You don't have to worry about actual math. So currently I'm in a buy here. If this could actually make it up to here, that'll be a nice area that I can close partials here, get rid of this guy, and then start looking to possibly get into another buy or sell, depending on where it's going to go. So GJ doing the exact same thing, but I'm doing that down in the 5 minutes. Why? Because the movement on GJ is huge. So even with this setup right here, this is about 75 pips. And so I'm playing around with these lower time frames because, number one, I think I could still make it work really, really well, even though you get some massive movements on those lower time frames. And I don't think, as long as I'm nowhere near 5 p.m. and stuff like that, I don't think spreads will be an issue. But what this does is this gets me out of trades earlier, so I don't have much swap fees going on. So that's what I'm working at there. Once I get everything cleaned up, and I'm still working with everything, I don't know where everything's going to go. If I can get out of the USD CAD, because that one's has majority of my margin tied up. I think I have about $700 worth of margin tied up in just USD CAD alone, which was more than I was planning. I was only planning to maybe about have 300 tied up in any particular one of these currencies. That way I could have multiple going at a time. I was going to go to these 4: odd CAD, Euro USD, GBP, JPY, and NZD CHF. That way, none of them are actively tied to one another. Sure, the Euro and the GBP are pretty close and similar, and the odd and the NZD are as well. but there's no overlapping currency pairs as I'm going right now. Like right now, I have 3 USD pairs all in this. And so, if the USD is going to go down, well, then chances are these two are going to follow suit. And well, I guess maybe not. Good gracious. But maybe one of these others will be sort of similar. If you look at, yeah, there we go, like USD CAD came down and pushed through there. And on the flip side of this, we had to come up, push through there. So like these two, AUD USD and USD CAD, pretty similar. So if I'm going to get hedged in one, I'm probably going to get hedged in the other. So I want to avoid things like that. I marked out a lot of stuff for earlier this week. Nothing's has pinged as far as getting into a trade yet. These are all the trades that I use for 2 candle theory. So waiting for 50% retracement on the weekly, dropping down to the 4-hour, and from here waiting for a entry onto this, and it just never happened. So all these are roughly the same. I haven't really had anything hit. And then we have Tori's trades, or trend line strategy, and looking at those guys. I do the 4 hours for these guys. This one's currently sitting in GJ profit. It's really, really small profit. I closed 90% of this trade, but we're at 1,200 pips in profit. So that's me trying to feel more comfortable about letting things go. And so GUP JPY and CAD CHF are both roughly the same, where I'm just letting them go. This one, I actually closed half the position, so I got my full, I think my full profit. So $1.50 is what I risked per each one. And this one's just going, and we'll see where it's going to go. OddCAD, I hopped in today. That's not doing anything yet. USD CAD, same thing. I'm in that one. Hopefully that one continues falling. GP USD, got into that one earlier. AUD USD, slowly coming back. As long as it stays above this yellow line, I'll be good to go. And then Euro USD, I just recently set up. It has not triggered yet. We've had a break of this trend line here. I did not get into any of this right here. It came back, and it looks like it might go up now. So I'm testing out the idea of using a buy stop, and we will see how that actually plays out. Who knows? As far as the rest of them, none of them have, I don't think any of them have actually set up. That one looks like it's breaking through. That might be something I actually don't have an alert on here. I might have to come clean that up. Actually, let's clean it up now. So I'm going to ignore this wick right here, but I'm going to start here. There's my safety line. This one's getting ready to break. So I have 1 hour and 48 minutes. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put an alert on here. So that way it will trigger me and let me know that it's getting ready to break. From here, I might go ahead and get into a trade. Let's see what the weekly looks like. So this is just the second point, but it is, you have a push, comes down. This might be the third come down before it decides to continue and break out of this. Who knows? Even if it doesn't break out of this, but this is where it bounces and comes all the way back up here, you are talking, let's go down to the 4-hour. That's that line right there. So you're talking, I mean, it is a solid risk to reward, 1-to-1. And if it continues going, then it can go. Was that it up there? Or is it, oh no, it's even higher, isn't it? So it's actually all the way up here. So I'm going to use that corner. So if it gets going, it could possibly make it all the way up there. So 1-to-2. So I mean, I'm game for that. So we'll see how on that one closes out. NZD CHF, unfortunately, / fortunately, whatever you want to call it, is at lows, like lows upon lows upon lows, no other lows that I've ever had. So there's really nothing I can do with this. The only thing I could possibly think about doing is to just use the recent low, but that is such a lack of movement for me. I don't feel comfortable with it, so I'm gonna leave it alone. USD CHF, yeah, we're coming down here. I think I took a USD CHF trade way up here at some point in time, took a sell, closed profit somewhere down here, and then it just fell like a flying knife. and it would have been a beautiful trade. This is part of the whole process of just holding. I wish I would have held for all that and closed, even further down here. It's like even on the first bullish candle right down there, it would have been a beautiful trade. But hindsight's 50-50, 2020. What is it? I don't know what it is. Who cares? USD JPY. I know we were at all-time highs at one point in time. Couldn't really do much. Yep, there we go. So we were at all-time highs at one point in time. And now I finally have downtrend momentum to draw trend lines. That's what we got there. Haven't had a good strong break. So let's leave that on. And this one's going to start all the way back here. Yeah, so that's a nice trend line there. Unfortunately, we violated it here. So by all technicality, it should be moved further down. I'm going to put that there, but jump out to the daily and see about cleaning it up a little bit. You can go away. You go here. What are you doing to me? I don't need it to be perfect, but I do want it to be somewhat relevant. So let's come all the way back up here. Now go to the 4 hour. There we go. So this is pretty much it. I'm just waiting for either one of these to be broken. I don't actively trade gold. That's for somebody else. And then this is all my cryptocurrency that you get through doing those free things through Coinbase and Solana that I actually trade. I'm not in a Solana trade, am I? I am not in Solana yet. I was waiting and still waiting for this candle to close. Actually, no, I want to see it come back and then get something going. Something that, just looking at past history, generally it comes down to this area. You get 1 bounce, 2 bounce before it goes up, 1 bounce, 2 bounce before it goes up. We shall see if it will go up. I'm still going to hope for the second bounce. If not, then I'll just wait till price breaks through and comes back and retests again, and then get in later on. We had this huge cryptocurrency fall, whatever, through a lot of different pairs, Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, what else? They all tanked. And so we'll see. It looks like things are recovering, but I'm just not comfortable to get in yet. So that is all that. I think we have that right there. Come back. I'm going to switch over to the trading view position. Here is where I currently sit with all of these trades. So they're all currently in some sort of little minute profit. SPX 500, we'll go down the list. On the 4 hour, it came. Oh no, that's supposed to be higher. It's up there. Came up. I just needed to continue going. Euro. I thought one of these earlier was pretty close to the take profit. I guess it must have turned around, or maybe it's still hovering there. Oh, this one. Yeah, there we go. Natural gas. So it's close. It's just not there yet. We'll see how everything plays out, pans out, whichever you want to call it. Yeah, that is that. So if you aren't actually trading, if you're looking at strategies, but you're not actually testing any of them out, you are doing yourself a disservice. You have to get on the charts. You have to put in the time. If you don't, all you're going to be doing is learning concepts and never actually doing anything about them. And you're actually just going to be wasting time. You'll look back, you'll think of how much time that you wasted and how much you could have done X, Y, Z. So just get on it now. get on it now. I've had a few people join Discord, kind of quiet. You just join and you don't say anything. That's perfectly fine, I guess. But the whole point of joining Discord is to have conversation so we can talk about some things that you can do to hopefully implement. I'm assuming you're joining Discord because you're not profitable yet. And so you want some insight on how to become profitable. Well, in order to get insight, we actually have to have a conversation. So don't just join my Discord and say nothing. That goes against a lot of the videos that I talk about in regards to find a strategy and then shut off all of the social media around trading. Just get to the point where you have tested the crap out of that strategy and you'll find profitability. I have no doubt whatsoever. Your strategy doesn't have to be my strategy. As I've shown you, I have 3, 4, technically, I guess. I'm doing trend lines. I'm doing hedging. I'm doing 2 candle theory. I do support and resistance for Solana. And the paper trading, I'm just doing, I guess that would be 2 candle theory as well, but just like complete and total lack of caring as far as what happens. I just jump in as soon as the first candle closes. So, I mean, that's 4 different trading styles. Once you get to a point where you understand the concept of just getting into the market, controlling your risk, and letting trades play out, you sort of just like, it doesn't matter, because it really doesn't matter. All strategies work, but all strategies don't work for all traders. So you just need to grasp something that is like, I can do this, and then just start doing it, and you will find profitability. You will. So that's where I'm at. Hopefully everything is working out great, and we will see where everything is at tomorrow. If you got any questions, once again, jump on Discord and ask them. My Telegram's been kind of quiet because I actually am really bad at updating on what I'm doing, mostly because I don't want to. I'm not doing the 2 candle on Telegram, and I don't show hedging on Telegram, and I don't want to show Tori's trades on Telegram because she has her own stuff. So I want to point, if you want to learn Tori's trades, trendline stuff, go there and find that Discord and get into there. Very active there. Definitely lead people and help as much as I can there. Mostly because, as I've said before, I think that is the simplest way to take out the indecision for trading. Because one of the biggest hurdles in new beginning traders is getting into the market. You want to check and double check and have all these confirmations and 16,000 confluences to make sure this is the right trade and that you don't lose. And it's like, no, you're gonna lose. You just got to be better at losing than most people. And so the trend line strategy makes it really easy. The drawing's easy, the entry criteria is easy, the stop loss placement is already predefined. So it's like a lot of that stuff that you got to think about is completely and totally cut out. And so it really helps with that. So if that's you, if you're looking for a strategy that you need you need help with, I would recommend starting there. The key there being is shut down your brain from everything else that you've come across and just take it for what it is, a simple line with a candle closing on the other side, and you're just following that to a T. Will it work 100%? No, it's not supposed to. But what it will do is it'll give you some experience and guidance on how the market works, operates, looks to you, things of that nature. So then you can start tweaking a little bit here and there. You tweak a little bit to go from losing a lot to losing a little, then you tweak a little bit more from losing a little to break even, and then you tweak a little bit more from losing or from break even to profitability. And then you tweak a little bit more from profitability to scalability. Because once you're profitable and you can be consistent with it, all it is a matter of growing your account. Everything else is you just continue doing the same thing over and over and over again until it gets dull and boring. So come on over, join mine, join hers. I don't care. It doesn't really matter. What it does matter, though, is you actually taking the time to get into the markets and practice what you are trying to learn. Stop hopping around. Stop trying to find the next shiny thing. There is no holy grail. Take it easy. Be blessed.